Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shani Cole, and welcome back to Cole Hustle. Hey, Cole Hustlers. All right, y'all. So today's reading, as you can tell by the title, this is going to be about Drew Sidora and her husband Ralph Pittman. I have been wanting to do this for a while, so this reading was not anything requested, but I do have y'all requests. Don't worry, they are dropping. Okay. But I just wanted to do this one for myself because I was just curious as to what in the hell is going on with Drew and Ralph. Okay, if y'all don't know who Drew Sidora is, she is a housewife on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was married with Ralph Pittman. They've been married since I wrote it down, 2014. They got married and they were separated starting in 2023. I don't think the divorce is finalized yet, but they've been separated for the past almost 2 years, possibly. And according to the show, Ralph stays in the basement of the house. That's their living arrangements. Like, she has the whole house, he has the basement. Also, according to the show, she has to leave her house every first, third, and fifth weekend so that he can spend time with the kids and come upstairs and all of that. And baby, I wouldn't be doing it, but hey, to each his own. All right, so I already shuffled the cards, and we just want to get into the energy surrounding Drew and Ralph and see what's going on here, right? So let's get into it. So Spirit, give me the energy around Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman. Give me the energy surrounding this marriage, Spirit. Just give me the overall energy of their marriage from 2015 until now. How did we get here? What is the dynamic of this marriage? Ooh, the energy is all over the place, y'all. It's very disheveled. So the interesting part about this reading so far is that the beginning of their reading starts off with the number 10 and the end of their reading starts off with the number 10. Crazy enough, 10 represents the number of years they have been at least married, okay? So the beginning of the reading starts with the 10 of Pentacles. The end of the reading starts with the 10 of Cups. And this is the back of the deck, the 10 of Cups in reverse. This shows a family separating, a family going through a difficult time. There's a lot of discomfort throughout the family, and they're having to separate. Okay, so just by looking at the energy with the other cards, what I'm seeing is I thought this would be my forever person, right? I came into this situation, I came into this marriage wanting this to be my forever partner. Came into this situation, I came into this marriage thinking that this was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. So they got married from there with the Hierophant card next to this. Then what I see is throughout the marriage, it just seems as if times were very tough for them. I feel like they've always had a problem with communicating. And I'm seeing that because we have the Queen of Swords coming up right here in reverse. And usually this card comes up, especially when I talk about couples, it comes up in the form of people arguing and losing their temper and not knowing how to properly communicate without hurting someone else's feelings. So I'm seeing this in the reading because there has been just a lot of stress surrounding their marriage. I feel like there are a lot of burdens brought into this marriage, and a lot of these burdens that are brought in are this is actually Ralph right here, bringing in all of his loads of bullshit. And this is years and years and years of BS that he has brought into the marriage and that he has added into the marriage as well. And coincidentally, it's also the number 10. The number 10 represents completion in numerology. And it's crazy that there are so many 10s in their reading, and it's like the cycle is not yet complete. Something about this marriage just doesn't feel like it's done. I feel like this separation occurred because I do see there has been some infidelity in the relationship, and that's part of that stress that we talked about with Ralph here. That stress that came in. You also see the 3 of Cups in reverse, which is usually comes up in the form of cheating, a person communicating with multiple people, bringing in outside parties into the relationship. So we have that there. I also feel like Drew is coming up in this, showing that she's been wanting to walk away from this marriage for a very long time, but she's been in this stalemate energy, meaning that I don't know if I want to leave or if I want to stay because I don't like the way that I am being treated. That is the energy. And it feels like, honestly, The spark of the marriage dwindled after maybe, I'm really seeing it in months, you guys, and at the most I give it 3 years after they got married, but I'm seeing this as like 3 months after they got married. She started to see changes in him. I also feel like money was also an issue with this marriage. Now the interesting thing is that Drew did mention that she felt when she became a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, he really changed as a person. She started to see a really different side of her husband, more than what she already saw. That's the thing. She didn't say that part, but in this reading, I could tell that things had shifted before she even came to the show, and I'm going to read on that as well. But it seems like money was definitely an issue in this relationship. How did Ralph feel when Drew got onto Real Housewives of Atlanta? Jealousy. So Drew was right with that. We have the Devil card and we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil card is here because it shows, if you can see on here, there are two people literally chained together. They're chained by this person in the middle here, the devil himself. And the chains that are holding them together is actually more so about marriage, you guys. It's more so about marriage. Two people being chained together. And I think one thing that I do notice in this reading, and also just watching Ralph as a person, his personality, he comes up as a person that likes to keep control of a situation. And once he loses control, it's a problem. And that shows up in this reading. So Drew was right to a degree. When she became a household name on Real Housewives of Atlanta, he lost his shit. He's jealous because now I'm not able to control her financially. She's able to take care of a lot of things. Ralph was the breadwinner. He came in handling business, as most men like to do. You know what I'm saying? But the problem was when Drew got her own bag, not that Drew wasn't making money when she was with Ralph. She was making money, but the money that she's bringing in now with Real Housewives of Atlanta is more than she's ever made. Okay? It's probably way more than he's ever seen. Okay? So that made him look at her a little side-eyed, like, what? Oh, so you don't need me now. It's not that she don't need him, but he gives off narcissism to me. He gives off a narcissist energy. It's like, oh, so you don't need me no more, right? So what am I here for? So I feel like I should be able to just do what I want to do because you don't need me no more. It made him despise Drew. And that's really sad to see that in the reading, that y'all need to be careful because your partner can also be very jealous of you. A lot of people don't think that's true and it can happen, but it happens. And it's a prime example here with Drew and her husband. He is envious of her on that show. Okay? How does Drew Sidora feel about Ralph? She still very much loves her husband, y'all. She loves that man so much. Oh my God, she loves him so much. I feel so bad for her. All the love cards, y'all. It's really sad seeing this reading. She loves the ground that man walks on. We got the Ace of Cups. We got the Sun card. We got the Four of Cups. We got the Page of Cups. We got the Page of Pentacles. And we got the Hangman in reverse. The cups represent relationship. Usually cups are like the love suit of the deck. So there's a lot of love in her reading. She really loves this man. She saw a beautiful beginning with them. She knew that this is the person she wanted to have children with. She views him as an amazing father. Her problem is she couldn't patiently wait anymore for him to love her the way that he once did. It's like, I don't understand what I did to make him hate me. I thought he was amazing. I thought he was very charming. He came in, charmed me. You know, he was just a sweet guy. And, you know, it's almost like he's kind of dangling this in her face. And if you can see, Drew is kind of looking very sad. It's like somebody trying to hand you something or trying to push you out the way, and you're just sitting there not wanting to accept it. And as you can see, it's two faces on this cup. This is her trying to accept the person that she is now seeing as her husband, who she's never saw this person before. And it's like, I don't know how to accept this because this is not the person I met. I really thought that we could move forward. I really thought that he was a good guy and he loved me, and this was my happily ever after, but this is not the man I married. That is how Drew feels. How does Ralph feel about Drew Sidora? He does have some regrets with the way that things have gone. I will say that. There are a lot of wands in his reading. Wands represent communication. In this reading, it represents confidence and it represents communication. I feel like Ralph felt like he really met a woman who was able to protect him in a sense. He comes up, you have the strength card here, which shows a woman taming a lion. Like Drew, was really able to do that. And that is one of the reasons why he married her, right? He married her because he felt like she was a good partner for him. They matched well. Anything that he slacked in, she picked up. Anything she slacked in, he picked up, type shit. You know what I'm saying? He felt very confident with Drew. He felt like he could do anything with Drew. The problem is Ralph himself. It is not that he has an issue with Drew. And I'm not seeing an issue with Drew. What I'm seeing here is that Ralph has this manipulative energy. He comes up as the King of Cups in reverse, which shows that he is a person, if he feels a certain way towards you, he will literally withdraw himself intimately, emotionally, and become almost like, if you watch the show and you see how he talks to Drew, that's what he does. Like when he gets upset with you, when he feels like, you're making him feel less than a man, he will do that. And in this case, what made him feel less than a man is Drew standing on her own 2 feet and being able to provide for herself as well. And he didn't like that. So it is giving the energy that he is a person that likes control. And once he lost control of the situation, then Drew becomes an issue. It almost gives the energy of he's a person, he's someone you really need to watch out for. When he feels like he has lost control of situations himself or anything like that, what does this look like to you? This is a person who looks to me to be very depressed, and it's hard for them to defend themselves. They defend themselves so much to the point to where something could actually happen to them because they're tired of defending their name. And he feels like he has to always defend himself when it comes to Drew, because of the way that she speaks about him. But the way that she speaks about him is the absolute truth, but he does not like to accept it because, again, it makes him look weak. It makes him look like he's not in control of his marriage. So he has a dominating problem. I see where he does love Drew. He does love her. But he loves her as long as he can control her. I'm going to say that. Is this going to end in divorce? The crazy part about this, you guys, is I feel like it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. I'm seeing a yes with the Sun card, but I'm also seeing this as a positive outcome with them being able to resolve it. So I'm not seeing them getting a divorce. And again, energy can shift. This is not guaranteed energy. Energy can change tomorrow. It can change tonight. But as of right now, I don't see them getting a divorce, y'all. I'm not going to say this is all for the show. They're definitely going through a separation. But I can see them probably being separated and continue being separated. Or I can see them literally working it out and trying to start over for the sake of their family. Because family keeps popping up in this reading. So I can see them trying to work out for their family. That's the reading on Drew Sidora and her husband, Ralph Pittman, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have any questions or comments about it, make sure you leave them down below. And I will talk to y'all on the next video.